What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Rebuilding Masculinity. Today we're going to talk about hard-working men. But before we start, I want you guys to take a moment to subscribe to the channel, like the video. If you don't like the video, you can dislike the video. That's fine. I definitely don't mind. But I can definitely tell you that this video, if someone dislikes it, is just because what I'm talking about applies to them. So today we're going to be talking about hard-working men. And what I'm starting to see, and I'm even seeing it on some channels that I watch on YouTube where men are giving other men the real game. Because let me tell you this. There's a lot of posers on YouTube. There's a lot of posers on Facebook. There's a lot of them. And when I tell you there's a lot of them, there's a lot of them. There was a couple of weeks ago, I had went out to Atlanta, and I went out there to Buckhead, and I went out there, and there was and I was just kind of like peeping the scenery. I hadn't been out there in a while, and stayed out there for a little bit, brought the family, and I noticed that when I was out there, I was like, man, man, this is a flex culture down here, especially in Buckhead. I definitely say when I went on the west side, there was a total different atmosphere out there. Total different atmosphere out there than it was from what I saw in Buckhead. But in Buckhead, mainly like downtown Buckhead, I saw nothing but posers. And a lot of guys today rather be a poser than actually work hard. Did you know that? A lot of guys, and I know, and I know this because a lot of the men that are actually out there getting it, they know a poser when they see one. They know a poser when they see one, because usually the posers are trying too hard. They're trying way too hard. And the people that really got it, if they're driving a nice car, they don't care if you see them or not. They're not trying to look around and, I hope they see me get out the car. They're not doing that. They're not doing it because they're used to it. They're used to driving $100,000 car. They're used to driving a $200,000 car. They're used to that. It's nothing for them. You have a lot of Generation Z and millennial men that work ethic sucks. Do you know a lot of younger guys, and see, I'm a millennial, so I come across this a lot, just because I do a lot of, I talk to a lot of different, guys that I run into in public, if I'm in Barnes and Nobles, or if I'm just in a library, or I can just be out and about, just maybe might start a conversation. Man, these guys, I start asking basic questions. Hey, man, what you got planned, man? What you gonna do what you gonna do in life? And I really be thinking sometime, I really think that I'm going to maybe start talking to some men out there out and about, and just kind of start showing you guys what I'm actually talking about. That's what I'm actually thinking about doing. But these men out here, these younger men, they have no work ethic. When I asked them, oh, how much do you have saved? Oh, man, I ain't got nothing. But guess what? Guess what? I hear the same thing from the millennial, from the older men too. The older men too. Guys, listen to me. Let me tell you something. The only person in this world that's really going to have some sympathy for you, if you got a good relationship with her, is your mother. Outside of that, you shouldn't be looking for no sympathy as a man. You should be going out. You should be looking to go out there and get it. Go out there and get it. Go out there and get to work. If you don't got no money in the bank, no savings, you need to get to work. If you don't have no retirement, you need to get to work. If you living in the hood, you need to get to work. A lot of you men out there, you are accepting, you literally are accepting Just absolutely anything. You have no standards. You wonder why you come across these crappy, bitter women that you come across. There's an old saying, you attract what you are. You attract what you are. How can you expect somebody to be the best? How can you expect somebody to be the best versions of themselves and you're not even the best version of yourself? How can you expect somebody to have high standards and you don't even have high standards? How can you hold somebody to a standard that you're not even holding yourself to? You fellas gonna have to learn to start cutting off guys that don't got a plan. You fellas gonna have to start separating. You hardworking men out there, you're gonna have to start separating yourselves from the degenerates that don't want to do anything. If you want to get somewhere in life, you're gonna have to separate yourself from them. It doesn't matter if they're family. It doesn't matter if there's old boys that you went to school with. You are going to have to start separating yourselves from men that don't want to do anything and have no purpose in life. You're going to have to start separating yourselves from them. If you want to live a good damn life, especially in this economy, you're going to have to get to work. And not only are you going to have to get to work, you're going to have a plan. And not only are you going to have a plan, but you're going to have to be on your purpose. And not only are you going to have to be on your purpose, but you are going to have a strategy. And you're going to have to sometime be a lone wolf when you coming up that ladder. Because, see, a lot of people think that they got to have a whole posse around them when they coming up that ladder. Sometime you're going to have to be a lone wolf. Sometime you're going to have to be a lone wolf as you climbing that ladder. It's going to be bitter. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be tiring, but you got to push on. You're going to have to push on. You're going to have that dog in you, as Eric Thomas always talks about. He said in a video one day, a lot of men have a lot of tattoos, go to the gym and try to get all these muscles, but they really don't got that dog in them. They just want to look like it. But a lot of you men need to get to work, especially you millennial men, especially you generational Z men. A lot of you all are going to have to get to work because you're wondering why you are having the results you're having. Well, you got to ask yourself a question. Are you doing all that you can do? Are you doing all that you can do? Just think about that for a moment. Just think about that for a moment. Are you doing all that you can do? And if you are, is it enough? If you are you maybe not strategizing? If you are you maybe not on your purpose? I just put in a group for men to go read a book, The Way of the Superior Man. And when I put up other posts, I done seen all types of posts. Now, when it pertains to women, oh man, you get hundreds of likes. Or if somebody in the group is posting something about bashing women, oh my gosh, it gets so many likes. And see, you men got your mind on the right thing. You shouldn't even be worried about no ass if you're not on your purpose. If you ain't got no money in the bank, you ain't got no retirement savings, you shouldn't even be thinking about a woman because you don't even deserve one. You don't even deserve one. You don't deserve no box because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. And a lot of men don't like hearing that because a lot of y'all that don't like hearing that, you are a sucker. And you don't want that's the problem. A lot of y'all ain't had no real man put y'all in y'all place and tell you that you need to get to work. You need to get to work. Nobody don't want to hear no complaining. Get your ass up and get to work. One thing I hate from a man is hearing him complain. I can't stand a man that complains and don't want to get to work. You want to talk about how bad of a neighborhood you living in? Why don't you get your ass to work? I done told men out here, oh my gosh, you making $40,000 a year. Hey, Why don't you go start you a side hustle? Why don't you figure out something that you're good at and start a side hustle? Why don't you go out and do DoorDash? Why don't you pick up a second job? Why don't you do Uber or something like that? You worried about what people will say about you instead of being on your purpose and getting your money up. See, a lot of y'all gonna end up being homeless. That's what's gonna end up happening. You're gonna end up being homeless, or you're gonna be stuck up in some female's house telling you what to do, when to do it. And if you say the wrong thing, she gonna kick you out the door because you ain't got no power. Fellas, breathe for a second. Breathe. Breathe for a second. Breathe. All I'm telling you fellas to do is to get to work. Get to work. If nobody ain't ever told you, get to work. If you got 2 arms, 2 legs, you need to get to work. You need to get to work. Fellas, start an emergency fund. Start a retirement plan. I don't care if you want to get into real estate for your retirement, if you want to get a 401k or self Roth IRA, whatever you choose to do, get to work. Stop worrying about women, man. Get to work. Stop worrying about flexing. Get to work. Stop worrying about what your family gonna say about you. Get to work. Stop worrying about what women got to say about you. Get to work. Stop worrying about what this and that person gonna say about you. Get to work. 40 hours ain't enough. Get to work. If you ain't living a lifestyle that you want to live, get to work. Every man ain't gonna make $100,000 a year. I understand that. But you can't sit up here and tell me that you in your 30s or your late 20s and you making $30,000 or less and that's okay with you. You are out your damn mind if that's okay with you. You need to get to work. Talking about I want to watch a football game or I want to watch wrestling when your ass is broke. Get to work. But I'm going to let you all go. If you all like this video, hit that like button below. Because I'm going to have more videos coming out like this. We rebuilding masculinity over here. That's what we doing. We rebuilding masculinity over here. Real men going to like this channel. Real men going to share these videos. Real men is going to love this channel. That's why this channel going to blow up. Because I'm going to rebuild masculinity. I am so glad that I surrounded myself around men that are go-getters. Because that's what I am. 40-hour work week is nothing to me. That's a vacation. That's a vacation. You got men out here talking about, I used to do that in the, it was taking up time from this. You don't need no damn time. Time to do what? You broke. You ain't got no money in the bank. And then you trying to figure out why everything you keep attracting is nothing good because you ain't getting to work. Be on your purpose, fellas. This is Saladin, your host from Rebuilding Masculinity. Get to work.